You a dollar, you.
Sign. I see sign.
Keep in mind, everybody rolling ain't gon' ride when it's time. If you hit they line and they don't pick up, that's a sign.
That's too nasty.
You a dollar, you.
All right, y'all, come on in. Come on in the house of Cynt. Said it, okay? Hit the like, share, and subscribe button on the way in. And before I get started, let me drop the disclaimer in case y'all missed it on the screen. This site is for education and entertainment purposes. Therefore, everything that I say after this, you guys, is allegedly. Allegedly, but I'm going to drop the link at the end of the video, you guys. Yes, and shout out to my moderator, always holding it down in the building, Miss Latasha Parker. Yes, boo, hello. Okay, y'all, I didn't even get a chance to thank everyone. I did thank everyone on my IG from the last show, but I wanted to say thanks again to and shout out to everyone that was joining our last live, because it was very funny, very entertaining, and we got a lot out, and it was just amazing. Okay, so shout out to a whole lot of Woods, and if you guys have not subscribed to his channel, then you guys go ahead and do so as well. Also, you guys, we have to talk about Treasure Hendrix. Family has now sued Charlie Bell, the ex-former police officer in Chicago, whom her body was found in his RV, you guys. So that's what we're going to talk about. But before I actually get into what they're actually saying, the article, as far as the family has now filed the suit, which I'm so glad, because see, Charlie Bell think he's gotten away with something, y'all. He thinking that he's gotten away with it, and he haven't. Okay, so that's that on that. But every time I get ready to talk about bring up the update on this, something always tell me to go back and just something. I always find more information on him. I always dig something else up on him. And when I even went back, when we were going over the allegations that Charlie Bell had on him, we missed one, you guys, that was so important that we're going to talk about it today. Okay, because we missed it. See, this is just like one of those TV movies. When every time you go back to watch something or see, you miss something. So it's something that we missed, and we got to go back to it. Absolutely. Please hit the like button as you enter. And also, you guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so as well. And also, if you have not downloaded the Spreaker app, remember, you guys, the Spreaker app is also absolutely free. And I want to thank again all my subs out there. I have a lot of new subs that have come in, and I appreciate you all. And I want to thank each and every one of you all for coming in. So yeah, like I was saying, you all, back to Charlie Bell, I keep finding more information. The more I dig on him, and the more we discuss Treasure Hendrix, you guys, the more I'm finding out information on him. So when I went to, and I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna share my screen, because when I went back, like I said, to the allegations, we missed this complaint, because again, remember, we started from here, but I don't know what made me go to this one where he was allegedly off duty, but it's all here and you all can see. Hold on, let me share my screen so y'all can really see it. Let me make it bigger for y'all before we pull this up. This complaint here, you guys, says conduct unbecoming. But we know that we see it here. No affidavit and no action was taken. And they saying that he was off duty. But before we get to the complaint, before I pull it up, you all, I also wanted to kind of give y'all what the definition of this conduct unbecoming is, so you all can know what this actually means, because this is all playing a part of his character, allegedly. But let's take a look at what it means. So conduct unbecoming is any conduct which adversely affects the morale, operations, or efficiency of the department. Okay, so that is what that means. In other words, anything to discredit, and I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Anything that discredits the badge, absolutely. And thank you for joining the building. Absolutely. Treasures Honest in the building. Thank you for joining us, Miss Justice Maxie. And again, RIP to Treasure, you guys. And prayers are still with the family because they have a long fight to go, you guys. So yes. Thank you for joining us, Miss Maxie. As I was saying, you guys, every time I go back and see what Charlie Bell has, so that when I looked that up and saw the definition of what that meant, that lets me know also the police department, he had no business being a police officer. And I'm going to go back to sharing my screen because we're going back to that complaint. We're going right to that complaint. This complaint here, conduct unbecoming. Let's click on it. Let's click on it. So they're saying that he was off duty. Association with a felon. Okay. Now, what do they mean? What do they mean right here? Association with a felon. What do they mean? Okay. Let's see. In that is 3 other allegations. What are they? What are they, y'all? We know that no action was taken on here. We know that because this happened in 2011, August of 28 to be exact. Okay, and it was filed on the 31st. Guess who it was who filed the complaint? A Hispanic female. Okay, the victim was a Hispanic female, you guys. Y'all see that right there? The victim, Hispanic female. She was the complainant. So she filed a complaint against him, and that investigation was closed. So this is, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second because this is coming right on back to what I said, how they continue thinking, they're going to close every case that he gets involved in. And this is what I think has happened and why he resigned, and allegedly because they said, you know what, enough is enough. We can't keep covering up your mess, Charlie Bell. And they made him resign allegedly. And that's why I think he resigned. I don't think that he wanted to resign. I think he was forced to resign because it was enough, and they were not going to continue to keep covering up and closing investigations that he's doing with all these allegations, you all. Absolutely welcome. Yes, absolutely. So this is what I'm saying, you all. I'm so glad that the family has filed this lawsuit against him because that's letting him know and all the rest of them out there, because now it's no telling how many other treasures that's out there that he has even done this to, you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen because we're going to talk about now. Let's see what the family has done now. So this is what they're saying. This is what we're going to do. This is the fight back. This is the family, as they should. So the family of Treasure Hendrix sues ex-cop for wrongful death. Okay. So Charlie Bell was a Chicago police officer when Treasure Hendrix died of a drug overdose inside his RV. So they're just showing, and shout out to Miss Cynthia Hendrix, her mother. Okay, but y'all, please, prayers going up to this sister right here and the rest of the family, you all. We have no clue of what this woman is dealing with. Cynthia Hendrix, the mother of Treasure Hendrix, breaks down crying during a news conference Thursday about a wrongful death lawsuit filed against a former police officer. So again, you guys, pray for her. She's going to need the strength because it's a lot with this police officer, as y'all can see. Every time I'm steady digging stuff up on him, and I pray and hope, and I know hopefully so they can use some evidence. And I know the attorney will pull up a lot of stuff on him. I'm sure they have lots of it, more than what I have pulled up, allegedly. But I'm going to drop the link, you guys. Okay. The family of a woman found dead in RV earlier this year has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against a former Chicago police officer who owned the motorhome. Okay, and remember when I asked the family advocate in the interview what is going on with that RV and why haven't that RV been investigated? And I think what she was saying, I don't think it's there anymore, or what happened to it. That's what we want to know. Where's the RV? Are they going to pull it in and investigate it? So Treasure Hendrix was found dead August the 19th in an RV on the 1500 block of Southwestern Avenue. So we know what happened. Attorney Gregory Coulis said Hendrix would often stay the night with Charlie Bell, who was a police officer at the time of Hendrix's death. Her family has filed a lawsuit against Charlie Bell, alleging that her untimely death was caused by his negligence, which we already know that, okay? Exactly, his negligence, his acts, and his omissions, okay? So Coolidge said Thursday, we are going to make a concerted effort to get answers from the Chicago Police Department as to what occurred and what their investigation found, because we right now have no information. Okay, and remember the family spokesperson advocate, Ms. Tomiko, she stressed that and she kept saying that the family knows nothing because the police department isn't saying anything, not telling them nothing. So somebody has to pull it out of them, which is sad. So a CPD spokesperson said Hendrix is currently classified as non-criminal, but there is an open investigation into the allegations made by her family. So Bell resigned as a police officer in August, a CPD spokesperson said. So this is the Attorney General, Attorney Gregory Kulis, who talks about the lawsuit. So this is him. And so he said the officer's resignation came about 7 days after Hendrix was found dead. So Bell could not be reached for comment. Of course, he can't be reached for comment. Okay, Hendrix's death was ruled an accidental overdose, and the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office said it was caused by a combination of ethanol, cocaine, fentanyl, methamphetamine, and MDMA. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because remember we talked about that, and we also talked about it with the advocate, and also we said, hey, who says that she took those? And they allegedly he could have very well forced them upon her, very well. Okay, because that's what it's. And I'm just putting it out there. It's what allegedly, but again, I know they want facts. So I wanted to basically give you guys an update as to what is going on with this case, and that we're still going to raise awareness on this and justice for Treasure Hendrix. We're going to keep, saying that justice for Treasure Hendrix, you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna drop the link because, and another thing, I'm not gonna make this video a long video, you guys, because we have an exclusive interview for tomorrow. And I will put the thumbnail, the video, I will put all it up tomorrow. We're going to be interviewing with Shank from the movie The $1 Million Thing, and featuring Charleston White, you guys. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow on an exclusive interview on that. So yeah, I wanted to come on here and I wanted to, basically just give y'all an update and let y'all know what I found out on Charlie Bell again. And every time, like I said, I will bring up, every time I get to this case, something tells me to go and just look up all the information on him. And every time I find something new, so yeah, that's that on that. And also I want to thank my big truck drivers out there. I got some feedback from you all that have been downloading the episode from off of Spreaker, and I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Again, I want to thank you all. So if anybody want to come on the panel to discuss, if you all agree with the family filing the lawsuit against him, should they file a lawsuit against the Chicago Police Department as well? That's what I want to know. Do you all think that they should file just against Charlie, or are they able to file against the Chicago Police Department? Because again, the Chicago Police Department have ruled in an accident, remember. So, but the case is still active, allegedly. So I applaud the family for filing the lawsuit against Charlie Bell, because he thinks that he has gotten away basically with what he's done, allegedly. He thinks he's gotten away with it. And I'm so glad that they filed the lawsuit. So no, you're not going to get away with the Charlie Bell. Okay. So yeah, that's that on that, you guys. I definitely wanted to touch on that. And I appreciate Treasure Hendrix, Aunt Miss Maxie, for coming in and joining us as well. I appreciate that. And prayers are with you all, the family, and Treasure's mom are in our prayers. The family, you guys are in our prayers. And we have, and anything on our end, since set it in that you guys need from us, please do reach out. The family advocates, she has my information and can reach out as well. Remember, this is not just about money. It's about justice, accountability, and responsibility. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not about the money, because we know that the money will not bring her back. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's about the justice and accountability and responsibility. That is so true, Ms. Maxie, because at the end of the day, this is the problem that we're having with these police officers not being held accountable for their actions, not being responsible, and the justice not prevailing. But at the end of the day, and I feel it, I think that you all are taking a great step in the right direction with the lawsuit being filed, because now, and I'm hoping that maybe this will even lead to a thorough investigation on him. This is what I'm hoping come out of it. I'm hoping that they in return say, hey, you know what? We need to look, the feds should be definitely looking into that whole precinct that he's out of, because based off of the allegations that I pulled up, and hold on, and it's something else that I wanted to, hold on, let me show you all real quick that I wanted to share. Hold on, let's go up here. Because remember when, let me go back, he had a couple of old partners that, or should I say, they're called accusers. Okay. He had a couple of co-accusers with him in some of these incidents, which I felt, they were too old, because remember we talked about that. And here's the co-accusers right here. That Antonio Gonzalez with the 12. Okay. And then it's Harry, the one with the 28. Okay, remember Antonio Gonzalez over here, he's 69 years old, Hispanic male, has no business, still on the force. And then here we are with Harry, also 62 years old, white male with 28 allegations, has no business on the force. Okay, then here you go, you got Hector over here, he has 12, and he's 49. So he had a couple of these co-accusers with him on some of these allegations, you all. Okay. So I definitely wanted to share that as well. This is, let me stop sharing my screen. This is all coming back to the police force, that whole precinct that Charlie Bell was in, allegedly, all of them. A lot of them need to go. A lot of them old heads in there, and with all these allegations, shouldn't even be on the force with all these allegations. I'm just not understanding. This is why I'm glad that the family has now filed the lawsuit, because now maybe somebody start looking into the precinct, because now y'all gotta pay. It's okay. Now y'all gonna have to pay. So now we gotta look into the precinct as to why this even transpired. Why is this man keep getting all these investigation closed, to the point now a body is found in his RV, and now they told him, hey, we're not covering this up for you. We can't keep covering up these investigations for you. So you got to resign. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I see. That's what I'm getting out of it, allegedly. And I'm saying allegedly loosely, because that's what I'm looking at. Keep in mind, Charlie Bell was making over $100 and some thousand a year, y'all. 102, 3, 4. I forgot what it was. He's making over 100 some thousand. He gave that up in a week after her body was found. Okay. And whatever he did with the RV, or whatever they done with the RV, we want answers with that too. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know what happened to the RV. What did they do? Did they investigate it? Why wasn't he being brought in for questioning, drug test him? Because he did something to her. And it doesn't take Stevie Wonder to figure that out either, allegedly. Doesn't take rocket science to figure that out. He did something to her. And I know that the family advocate, when she spoke on, she didn't want to make no allegation or she want facts. If the family want facts, I get that. The family want facts, but the facts is right in our face. The facts is right there. We know he did something to her. Now the question is what and why. And I hope the courts can get that out of his attorney. Okay? Because with this civil case, it's different from a criminal case, you guys, in the courtroom. It's a lot different. But at the same time, it'll be just like what happened with because absolutely welcome. Hello, Miss Maxie. Continue to pray for your family. I admire how your family is continuing to fight for justice for Treasure. I do too, cousin. And thank you. Absolutely. And welcome to the building, Miss Amber Brandon. Absolutely, my cousin. Yes, I also I applaud the family as well. The courage that they have, because they have a long fight ahead, you guys. They have a long fight ahead, you know. They have a long fight. That's what I was about to bring up, O.J. Simpson. I'm glad you did, because that's, you know, what was about to, was on the tip of my tongue. I was about to say, you know, when they bring it, yeah, exactly. So that's what I was about to say. And shout out to you, cuz Big Sly in the building. Salute, brother. Salute to my cousin. Yes, salute. Salute, y'all. That's all I'm saying, you all. We know, you know, the civil cases are different. And however, they did, OJ was sued as well. He lost in the civil case against the families. He lost that case. So yeah, he's going to be held liable. We know that. We know it happened in his RV. We know that, and we know he was liable. Okay, he was there. He didn't deny he wasn't there. He was there. So if you were there, we hey, you need to come on with it. Absolutely, don't forget to hit the like button. They need to come on with it. He was there. He knows exactly what happened to her. For the police to absolutely act like, and y'all heard the family advocate when she was on here, she said out her own mouth, you guys, that they don't want to tell the family nothing, as if they don't have to ask these questions, you know, just trying to sweep it under the rug. They have every right to find out what happened to her, what happened to their loved one. And y'all know this is not, it's very unacceptable. And we're not going to lay down and accept that. And I hope you guys will call the phone number also that I put in the comment, because we keep blowing them phones up as well. Keep blowing them up, y'all. We're going to keep blowing them up and let them know. We're going to make some noise, even from another state. They're going to protect their own, sis. I know they're going to protect their own. But at the end of the day, sis, here's the thing. This is why the more people come forward, the more people show them that we're not going to let it go away. The more people, you know, stand behind this family and show them that this is not acceptable. We're not going to keep laying down with you guys murdering our brothers and sisters out here in the street like a dog. We're not going to keep allowing that. No, we're not. So we have to continue to raise awareness, and we have to continue to keep talking about it and not letting them think that they have gotten away with just continuing until we don't remember. In the last video that I brought up that slogan that Malcolm X said, the Black woman is the most disrespected in America, the most unprotected in America. You see what I'm saying? Like, when does this stop? Hey, enough is enough. We cannot allow to keep having our sisters and brothers out here getting slaughtered by these evil people. Like, real talk, especially when a Black life is involved. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. This goes on, and it's happening too much. And it's because we're allowing it to keep happening, because we're not making enough noise. And I feel like the more noise we make, the more we need to let them know. We're gonna let them know it's not acceptable, and y'all can't keep doing that. So I dropped the link. If you all want to come up and discuss it, we can discuss this. Again, I'm not going to make this just a long drawn out video, because tomorrow we're going to be right back on. We're going to be right back at it. We have another topic we got to discuss. And we right back at it, you guys. We got to keep the awareness in the loop, and especially keep Treasure Hendrix family in our prayers. And I'm going to also, what shall I say? The last job I worked at, it was a few white and a Spanish guy saying that it's easy to sex from a black woman. So that's what they were saying? This is what I'm saying. This is how they feel about us, about the black woman. Hey sis, how are you?
Hey sis, how are you? Yeah, I just wanted to touch on.
Okay, we lost you. Come back in. Yeah. So Slide. So this is what they're saying on your job. So this is what I'm saying. This is how they talk. So when they're talking like that, what do your response be?
Hey sis, I just got kicked off. I had to come back in.
Okay.
This just my only concern, is that they always protect their own. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you? I mean, I don't know if anything good is gonna come out of. You know what I'm saying? I want to for the family. I wanted to. I do, but police protect their own. It's just what it is.
Yeah, sis, but here's the thing. And by them filing the lawsuit is a big step, and I'm glad that they did that, because by them filing the lawsuit now, even though, like you said, because that's just like with O.J. Simpson, and Sly brought that up with O.J. Simpson case, he was found guilty in the civil case as well, but he was found not guilty in the criminal case. But at least he was brought before the court in a case. Charlie Bell hasn't even been brought up to court for a case. He's haven't even been charged or anything.
Right. So that was just my thing, because I was just like I said with the Breonna Taylor case, if law enforcement's involved, they protect and they go hard to protect their own. You know what I'm saying? I just always seen it like that. And I just want this family to get all the justice, and I appreciate you bringing everything, all these facts, because I didn't know that. You get what I'm saying about him having a previous, something against his badge where he shouldn't have even been working for that's how you know.
It's really disgusting that people keep trying to victim shame. No one talks about all the good she had going on in her life, even though we had posted her beauty. And that's so true, because, and here's the thing, and that's the reason why we definitely wanted the family advocate when she came on to kind of give us a background on Treasure, and who she was, because all we saw was her pictures and how beautiful that she was. And she did speak highly of her, but at the same time, only the family knows her. Only the family member, no one can speak on her or knows her, but the people who was around her on a daily, or dealt with, was in her life. We're on the outside looking in. At the same time, no one wants their loved one to be, murdered in this such a manner. And then they're trying to sweep, law enforcement's trying to sweep it under the rug. Then you have everybody wants to raise awareness and wants justice for Treasure, because at the end of the day, it's all about justice for her. And just for all the Black women, as I said, there are a lot of treasures out there. There are a lot of Black women that have been murdered and no justice at all.
Yes.
When does it stop? And that's what we're trying to, come to. What's the resolution? Where do we start as to, making it stop? I think by them filing the lawsuit, it starts, because it shows that we're going to hold you guys accountable. So the lawsuit, definitely, like I said, I think that's a great step into, as far as showing them that y'all can't continue to keep keep killing our brothers and sisters. You just can't.
And can I also share this, sis?
Go ahead.
Treasure's not the only person that when something has so tragically happens, it seems like when all African Americans something tragically happens, they never speak the good. And like you said, I don't know Treasure, and I want nothing but justice for the young lady, because I have children and I will feel the same way, like the auntie. So, I didn't know her personally or whatever. I like Cynt said, we all have to stand together, and hopefully everything falls through for the family. But that is something bad that happens, is when we as African American community, something happens, they do bring up all the bad and never the good, and I don't understand that.
I don't need that. They did the same thing even with Trayvon Martin. And I followed that case, and I watched that case every single day. I watched him try to tear that brother's character down. I watched him say everything about him the same way with Ahmaud Arbery. I don't know why they do that with our black people. They try to tear him down. And I don't get it either, because if the person is deceased, you have no type of heart or no type of morals to sit here and bring up all their past, and they don't do them white people like that though. They don't do them like that. They don't do them like that. And it's sad, and I hate that. So yes, Miss Maxie said that we are proud of Treasure. No matter what happened in her past, she still didn't deserve to die, and especially like that. You are absolutely correct. She did not. She did not deserve that. And that's sad. And that's the reason why we're going to continue to raise awareness and keep it alive as well. Even when you guys start the court process, and I know when the court process starts, there are going to be some things that cannot be discussed while the case is in that, the trial is going on. But I guarantee you, just like I dug this information up on him, please make sure that the attorney is digging up just as much information. Okay.
That's it.
It's a whole lot of women coming up missing in Chicago. And that's what I'm saying too. It's so many women that are coming up missing in Chicago. And that's a whole nother topic in itself that we discussed, from the sex trafficking that's going on there to the organ trafficking, the whole nine, from Kanika Jenkins' case allegedly, and it's still a mystery in Chicago. So there is a lot that goes on in Chicago.
And to Miss Justice, I like I said before, I don't know your niece, and I I'm not talking bad and down on anybody, but Cynthia, I appreciate you for you've been staying on this Treasure case for a while, and it opened my eyes up to a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Sly was saying about the girls missing in Chicago, and maybe it's you or somebody else is gonna bring more awareness to not just Treasure, but to all the treasures out there, all the treasures in Chicago. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So don't stop doing what you're doing, regardless how anybody feels about anything. You keep bringing awareness, and you know what I'm saying? You keep applying this pressure on YouTube about this, because this is interesting.
Yeah.
And I want to see where it goes.
Absolutely. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. I'm just doing what I would do if the same thing like the family advocate, like Jamaica said, she was one of our own, because she is one of our own. She's still a part of us. They're still one of our sisters, at the end of the day. And so when the trial starts, even the silver trial, and I'm going to get behind the scenes, and I'm going to talk to Mr. Mika now, because I will catch a flight in a minute, or a road trip. Me, I would get on that road, and I'll be there to support the family. My enemies necessary, because that's the heart that I have, and that's what I do. And it's not even about like she says, not about trying to get no click, no bait. It's not about none of that, because at the end of the day, I don't have a big, large platform. So it's not about none of that for me. It's all about the justice for me. It's about the raising awareness. This is why I have taught my children. I have 2 grown children, and I have taught them how to be on the front lines and how to fight for your rights. I took my son to a protest at age 16 to show him this is how we fight for our rights. Okay. We don't just lay down and allow things to just happen. So my children I have distilled that in them. So they know, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't just, when I'm not the type of person to sit back and let things just happen to our people without saying nothing. It's not in me.
And that's what I love about you, sis. And like I said, you keep bringing us that awareness, and, you know, hopefully there's other parents that's out there that children are missing that's watching you. You know what I'm saying? And this might help them seek the justice that y'all deserve, and you know y'all deserve for y'all children. I'm not here to bash anybody. I want justice. You know, I want to know what happened to her, because nobody's child deserves to happen. And I pray for y'all justice. I pray for you and your family that y'all get the justice y'all deserve. I hope Cynthia, and I know Cynthia's going to be there every step of the way, but I hope she can shed light onto others. You know what I'm saying? And sis, thank you for letting me come on.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you. Miss Maxie said, I appreciate everyone on social media making this go viral, because Chicago media didn't until now. Absolutely. Because they not trying to make it go viral, Miss Maxie, because they're trying to cover up their own. Yes, CPD has still not found the female pregnant postal worker. And that's the same thing that Miss Tamika brought up. She said that too. In the last video that we did, she said they still haven't found that pregnant postal worker. Now see, that's the type of stuff that don't make no sense, y'all.
Absolutely.
My cousin Big Sly say he need to go to jail for treasure murder. He absolutely needs to go to jail, because he and allegedly, and I say allegedly loosely, but at the end of the day, he was there. He was there with her. He was the last person seen with her. He was the last person, everything. He's the one who's allegedly called the paramedics. Okay. He allegedly told the paramedics that he rendered aid or rendered CPR. Who's to say that? Nobody. How they know that's what he did? They only going on what he said, y'all, because he was the only person there with her. So that's why I don't know why they didn't question him, right? Because again, they covering up for one of their own. And that goes right on back to all the stuff, the allegation that I brought up on him.
And you was right, Cynthia. We do have to stick together to make sure that justice is served correctly, because that's why it goes. That this is exactly why it gets swept under the rug. Because I just think as a black community, we don't push as hard.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't. I've seen the white people going there when their children get hit by a drunk driver and change a whole law in a day. One day, change a whole law, have their own law. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us, it's brushed under the rug. Then another one dies. Then another one comes up missing. Then another one, you know, and it's ongoing, because we can't stand together and stand up for something that's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, when I'm telling you, I already said I'm going to make a trip to Chicago. The thing about it is you know, being who I am, you know, as a journalist, we have to be careful as well when we're covering and going into certain states where we know these types of things happen. I could go into Chicago and very well anything can happen, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you know how they say, I'm willing to die behind what I stand for, because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I was raised to not fall for anything. So, hey, I'm there, you know. Thanks for the awareness on Treasure's case, because young women can learn from this. We are not protected in certain situations or with certain people, period. And that's what I was saying. That's the same thing I was saying. The Black woman is the most unprotected and the most disrespected in America.
Yes.
You're doing a great job on keeping us updated on a lot that's going on and that we're unaware of, kinfolk. Thank you. I appreciate it, because that's what I'm here for. And that was my call. And this is what I feel. And I told Sister Tasha, she'll tell you, when I started my platform, and I told her, I enjoy what I do because I want to make a difference. It's not about the clicks, the likes, the views. It's not about that for me. It's about raising awareness for my people and making a difference. That is why I started this channel. That is why. And this is why I appreciate my day one supporters, my subscribers, that you all that get it, my lions out there that's woke. I know y'all get it. Okay. And I see the new subscribers coming in, and I appreciate you all, because this is what I'm here for. Period.
That's why they want us. They want us to stay asleep. They want us. They want us to be on the internet full of drama, only focusing on the drama, and that's why so much goes past us. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they want. But when somebody has a small platform like yourself and you do what you do, you know what I'm saying? That's why they always messing up your volume, your sound, and stuff like that, because they don't want us to be aware. You know what I'm saying?
They don't. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep raising awareness, and I'm going to keep talking about this. And like I said, I'm going to make my trip to Chicago and to help support this family. When the trial starts, the civil trial, and I'm going to get with the family advocate, and I'm going to make my way to Chicago and support the family. I will be there every step of the way during that trial. I will be there. Okay. Y'all have my word. I will be there. Y'all heard it from Cynt said it. I'm there.
Well, Justice Maxie, prayers up to you and your family. I hope that y'all get the justice y'all deserve. I'll be standing behind Cynthia every step of the way, and whatever she needs me to do and help me do. If we got to march, we got to march. But prayers up to y'all from the Synthetic Gang. And Cynthia, I'm going to step down and let you continue.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Love you, sis, much. Okay. Bye. Okay. So, yes, you guys, absolutely. So, like I said, and you're welcome, Miss Maxie. You're welcome. You're so welcome. And I am, again, I'm keeping you and your family in my prayers, you guys, because at the end of the day, I know y'all got a long, long journey ahead of you all. And y'all gonna need all the love and support from everybody all around. And if I can help it, like I said, I'm gonna keep raising. And if anybody wants to join me when I go to Chicago, then y'all need to hit me up, okay? Because we're gonna take that trip and we're gonna take it together. We're gonna unite together when we get there and support this family, you guys, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna conclude this live, you guys, because again, we're going to be right back on tomorrow. We have an exclusive interview. We have to talk about that. We have to get with Shank on, talk about the $1 million thing and what's going on with Charleston White and why he have the audacity to admit to, and I can't use the word on YouTube, but the R word, R-A-P-E, a woman. He has came out, and this is what I'm saying about the woman being disrespected. So that's we'll talk about that tomorrow. This is going to conclude this show, you guys, tonight. And also the press conference is on YouTube. Okay. So then we're going to definitely stay and, keep our eyes and ears open with the press conferences and all that. And again, keep calling that number, the number that I dropped in the link, you all, to demand an investigation on Charlie Bell, you all. We're going to continue to call that number, and justice for Treasure Hendrix, you guys. Justice for Treasure Hendrix. R.I.P. to that sister. And again, you guys, pray for the family for strength, you guys, because it's a long journey ahead of them. So yeah, you guys, and I want to thank everyone for joining me on this live tonight. I want to shout out to Big Sly, my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Amber Brandon in the building. Shout out to my moderator holding down, Miss Tasha Parker, as always. And shout out to Miss Justice Maxie, Treasure Hendrix aunt, for joining us tonight. I appreciate you, sister, and I thank you so much. And salute to you and prayers for you, prayers. And so I'm going to go ahead, you guys, and end the live. And until next time, you guys.